Hello everyone, welcome and welcome back. My name is Ariel, and in today's video I'm going to share with you how I made these 2 fall DIY home decor items, all using mostly Dollar Tree items. So if you're interested in seeing that, then please keep watching. This video is a part of a challenge hosted by Heidi Sonboul DIY, and the link to the challenge playlist with all of the other creators will be below, so be sure to check that out, and the link to Heidi Sonboul DIY channel will also be in my description. For the first DIY, I'm going to show you guys how I made the wreath. I decided to do this raffia wreath with some florals mixed in because the dried floral wreaths are so popular. So this is kind of like my take on a little dried floral fall wreath using the raffia and some florals. So I'm just showing you here how I wrapped each piece around. I'm just showing it in a little slower motion first, and then it's easier for you to just look at it than for me to describe what I did, but you can kind of see what I did there. And then I just finished wrapping around the entire thing. I used 1 bag of raffia. I got the raffia from Michael's, and it was their largest bag for about $8. And then I got the wreath form from the Dollar Tree, but when I got to this point right here, I ended up having to cut out 1 line because I was running out of raffia. So if you're going to do this and you want a fuller look, I still was happy with how full it turned out at the end, but if you want a fuller look, then you're going to need 2 bags of raffia. But I took out that middle loop, or the middle loop, because I was running out of raffia, and then I also skipped a loop as well to make sure that I had at least 2 rows of the raffia going around. And you can also see I started using shorter pieces to fold over through the loops as well because I was running out. And then to cover, I don't really like the edge where it's folded over, I guess, where you can see the folds, so I decided to braid a long piece of raffia and cover that up with the braid. I also have seen on YouTube, when I was researching for this project, there wasn't too many videos on raffia wreaths, but the ones that I saw, they actually, there was one video where somebody made a full wreath where it was just a large raffia braid. So I was inspired by that to do the small braid to cover the inside. And then here I'm just making the bow out of some leftover burlap, canvas drop cloth that I had. I had this left over from a previous project, and I only had little small scraps of it left over. You guys will see what I use that for really soon, hopefully, because I just finished that project, so hopefully I'll be able to share it soon. But this is just me taking what little pieces I had, because I didn't want to buy a ribbon when I was shopping for the supplies for this. The ribbon was so expensive, and I knew I'd only be using it 1 time, so I just kind of figured I would make something up as I go along, and this is what I ended up with using the drop cloth fabric. So that's why it's kind of like little piece together pieces. And then to cover the middle section, I just used some jute rope that I had left over as well, some scraps. Also guys, I am not the best bow maker in general. I don't do a whole lot with bows. I typically don't use them, but let me know what you think of my little mashup bow that I created. I don't know where the footage is of me adding the bow at the end, but let me know how I did with making the bow and what you think about this project in the comments. Next, I'm going to make that really beautiful fall sign that you saw at the beginning of this video. I'm using the Dollar Tree's die cut letters and their adhesive cork and some scrap scrap wood that I had laying around. I have white chalk paint, and then I'm just showing other different paint colors. Originally I thought I was going to make the pumpkins on it like a regular orange pumpkin, so that's why I had orange, yellow, and red, but then I changed my mind and I decided to go with the bluish pumpkins that you saw, so you'll see me painting those on at the end. This was my first time doing dry brushing. I took a little bit more of that scrap canvas drop cloth that I had to dab the paint off the brush, and I might do more dry brushing. I've been really reluctant to do it, but I might actually start doing more dry brushing because I actually really like the way that effect came out on this project. Here you can just see me stenciling on the letters. I'm using just a regular Sharpie marker that I also got from the Dollar Tree and drawing on the letters, and then I cut them out and left that black outline on them because I kind of like the way that looked. And then for the R and the P, where I had to have the circle in the middle, at first I was going to use a hole punch, and I just didn't, I thought they the letters looked a little silly, so I just ended up tracing on the inside of the R and the P. And this was my first time like hand painting a pumpkin and even drawing a pumpkin, but I was kind of inspired to try the painted pumpkins because I saw this video that Evie from Sweet Little Home did, and she did some beautiful painted pumpkins. So I thought I would give this a try, and so I started off with the lightest blue and just kind of mixed in gray. When you're doing something that has a lot of different shades in it, it's easier to just kind of mix all the colors in together while they're still wet, and that's basically what I did. So you can just see I used 2 shades of blue and a green color and just kind of kept playing around with the colors until I got it to my liking, and then finished out by just outlining all of the shapes again with the gray. And I don't know about you, but this part was so satisfying for me to finally peel off the backs of those letters and get them stuck on. That was the beautiful part about using the Dollar Tree adhesive cork, because then all I had to do was just stick them on. And this is pretty much what I was done with, but I wanted to put a little border on. And I'm using this cotton rope that I got from a local dollar store near me, not Dollar Tree, but I did pay just $1 for it. And that's pretty much was it for this sign. But on this channel I do DIY, home decor, home improvement on a budget, pretty much everything home on a budget. If you're interested in that type of content, please hit the subscribe button, and I would love it if you would join me on this journey, and leave me a thumbs up if you liked my fall DIYs, and be sure to check out the playlist for more fall DIYs from some awesome creators. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.